Hey guys, happy Memorial Day. It is Monday night and our weekly Q&A. And in honor of Memorial Day and all of the deals that this weekend has brought us, I thought today we would go through how to know that you actually have a deal. How to find online deals. Let's even talk local. We're going to try to get to the grocery store too. So just how do I know that what I'm looking at is the best price, or how would I research that price? I get a lot of folks that will send me a message and basically ask me to be their personal shopper. I don't mind at all, but sometimes I'm also not the fastest on responses. I will admit my own flaws. I just can't always be there. So I want you to know how to do it too. There are some great deals out there, but sometimes it's not the one that you spot first. So that's what I want us to go through tonight, kind of what I would do if I was researching a deal. If you've got something in particular that you are looking for a deal on tonight, I'm happy to use your particular item as like a case study and help us figure out how to find you a deal on that. The big reason for this is that 3-day weekends are huge for sales. And honestly, I feel like we saw a lot of retailers treat this as if it was their Black Friday. I think a piece of that is that this is potentially our last 3-day weekend before tariffs go into effect. And so we've got a lot of retailers hoping that you are willing to grab these prices before all those prices go up. It's a decent time to shop. Let's just put it that way. And I will say, if you've not at least done some shopping, one thing to consider looking at is Father's Day. I wouldn't go beyond tomorrow without going ahead and knocking out whatever your Father's Day gifts are going to be, because the price is only going to go up. So I say through tomorrow. It is Monday night. Today is Memorial Day, but we see about 80% of the sales extend one more day, and they make it a surprise. It's not really a surprise. Everyone knew it was going to extend one more day. So you have some time. You don't need to stay up till 1 a.m. hunting for something. You've got through tomorrow, but you do want to go hunting at least for Father's Day. I'm not trying to get you to spend money on things that you don't need, but if you know that you have gifts coming, this is a great time to knock them out. The same for anyone that's got summer birthdays, or just that maybe there are some things that you've been needing. Please don't email me next week asking for a deal. This was your time. So that's what we're going to try to hit tonight. And again, if you've got something in particular that you're looking for, leave it in the comments and I will gladly use it as an example to try to help you find a deal, but also to just show folks how you would go about doing that. So I have a few things that I was going to start with. And in terms of Father's Day, I had one deal that I was going to just mention, just throw out there. This is probably one of the easiest, because I don't know about you, but most of the world thinks of grilling deals when they think of Father's Day. And so our big one for that is there's a deal at Target right now on Blackstone. And I am going to put this in the chat now. I'm trying to pull it up. Let's see. Come on, friend. So I will stick this in for you guys to have the link to it, and then I'll show you the deals. But through tonight, this one is not going to extend here. I just told you all of that. This one is just through today. But through tonight, we do have Blackstone grill products are 40% off at Target, which some of these deals, they really are some of the best prices that we see. On the Blackstone itself, that's a really expensive Father's Day gift, but these little accessories could be very fun. This is a travel Blackstone, by the way, normally $150 and it's $90 through today, but you will see a lot of them are at a pretty decent price for some grilling accessories. So if you don't know what to get, Dad, there's one idea on 40% off, and there's a lot included here, even down to spices, it appears. So one thing you could grab. There's a lot more out there for sure, but that one, as we talk Father's Day anyway, popped in as top of mind. Now, I want to talk about how do we spot what is a deal, and these are actually pretty great prices. So I'm not going to use this one as an example because I do feel like we wouldn't find it any cheaper. But just in super fast, like 2 minutes before I hit the live button, I actually found one. So I'm going to show you where I would start. So Reebok today, really through June 2nd, is running up to 60% off of shoes. Now, that can make for some great prices. But I don't want you to assume that just because you went to their website that you found the best price possible. So let me kind of feel like I'm super tiny off in the corner there. Okay, so what I would encourage you to do instead, we don't want to just say, oh, it must be a great price because they told me it was. That's not how this works. There are a few things you can do to make sure that you have the best price. Now, old school would be that we would take this title and we would just Google the name of this shoe and it'll work. I pulled up obviously some other things there, but I can Google that shoe from the top of the Google results. I'll see various things come in. Keep in mind, Google is telling you a key thing right here. The things that show up at the top have paid to show up at the top. So it is not necessarily what is the best price. And it's not all of the prices, because if a brand, if a site, a retailer is not paying to play, they're not going to show up there. So I don't encourage you to just Google and just look at the top. That's not our go-to. There are going to be deals that are missing. What I would actually encourage you to do here is to do a Google image search on that shoe. And so I'm going to actually go back a page because I've already done it on that shoe. So to do a Google image search, super easy. I'm using Google, so it's a little easier if you are using Google. But if you aren't, you can just take a screenshot of that shoe. But for me, I'm going to just right click on it, and one of my options is going to be search with Google Lens. And once I do that, Google Lens is going to pop up. I want to actually drag it over to the shoe that I'm trying to search for and let Google search that shoe. And immediately it starts to bring up things. These are not sponsored listings. These are just visual matches using Google AI. So I have no doubt that Google will figure out how to monetize this. And in a way, they are up here, but we're ignoring this top part. We just want to go to visual matches. And look at the first one. It's already found us a better deal. So you may not be able to see it on my screen, but this one that we're searching off of Reebok is on sale for basically $70 right now. Instead, Google image search on that product has found us the exact pair of shoes on Walmart site sold by Reebok on Walmart site for $45.99. So you just saved another 25 bucks just doing a Google image search on the same pair of shoes. Now, different colors are different prices here, but that's probably going to be the same case over on Reebok's site. And actually, all of these color options on the Walmart site are still a little bit better than the sale price over on Reebok's site. So my first big tip there, Google image search everything, just to make sure that you do have a great price. Now, Google image search is also a favorite since I'm here on Walmart site. It is a really big favorite of mine for clothing and for lookalikes. And Walmart in particular, let's see, I want to get to furniture, and I don't always know the easiest way to get places. Let's just do Better Homes and Gardens. Furniture. So Walmart and the brands that they carry actually do a really great job of being lookalikes or dupes of very famous items. And I haven't researched this one early, but this is another one that if we pull this up and we do, you can search with Google Lens. That's what you're basically, and it did it on the zoom in. Let's try that. We need the whole picture. There we go. Search with Google Lens. I clicked on the little tiny picture just so that I could keep it there, but we're going to drag it over to the big picture. We're going to search that bookcase, and we'll immediately start to see who did they copy? Because that's part of the fun too. Maybe I did find a deal on the Better Homes and Gardens, but maybe I want to know, what is the lookalike? What's my savings on this lookalike? You'll start to get some interesting products and realize, wow, they did a lookalike on Anthropology or Restoration Warehouse, all of those big name brands at a considerably lower cost. But what you're also seeing is if I do this and I don't start to see products, maybe I've picked something that's not actually like on trend. It can help you know, do I really like this or do other people like this? Gives you an idea. But Google Lens is your friend for a lot of things there. Another similar tool would be, if I'm not online, is using the Amazon app. Now I can use Google Lens on my phone too, by the way, guys. I showed you probably about a month ago taking a picture of something in Goodwill and Google image searching that picture. It's very easy to use on your phone. But another resource on your phone is the Amazon app. And the Amazon app, I can scan any barcode and it is going to pull up that product if it is sold on Amazon and tell me what its current price is. If I don't have a barcode or I want to search for a similar product, Amazon also has an image search feature of their app. So I could take a picture of something. I'll give you an example here. I bought these. Someday I'm going to hang them on the wall behind myself. They were 50% off at Dollar General. There was a deal. But if I wanted to find something similar, maybe I broke this one and I needed to replace it, I could I keep saying it wrong. I could Amazon search this using just the image on the front. Now, yes, this is a Dollar General product. I know where it came from. Maybe I'm not going to walk back in though. This was on clearance in Dollar General. I'm not going to find a similar item at that point. That would be a great time to hop over, use that image search on Amazon and see if I could find a similar product to what I broke or what I'm missing. But it's also a great way in a store. You're looking at that clearance deal and you're trying to decide, is this clearance deal actually a deal? Well, let's go hunting. Let's use the Google image search and the Amazon app and see what it would pull up for in other places. It's a really great way to hunt. It's also a great way, guys, even if you're on eBay, you're looking at used items. My husband has a used REI backpack. And one of my girls, they just left to study abroad in Costa Rica for the summer, my college girls. And she saw his REI backpack and she's like, Daddy, can I take this? This would be a great backpack down there. And he, in a good father way, was like, yes, you can. And I could see it on his face that was not what he wanted. But he let his backpack go, probably with the knowledge that it's now forever her backpack. So he spent the rest of the weekend hunting for another used backpack. But even if that's what we're doing, hunting for a used backpack, still Google image searching your eBay listing is going to help you know, well, what is the full price of this item before I buy it used? Your Facebook Marketplace listing. Always doing your homework before you make that purchase. And you normally would when you're buying used. So taking the extra step to do it when you're buying new is still a great way to save some more money. Okay, let me jump over to comments. I know I told you guys to leave questions as to what you were looking for, and then I went off on my first two little tangents here. So Carrie, your twins turned 7 at the end of June, and they like Roblox and Minecraft. Do I know if any of these things will go on sale? So I will say 3-day weekends are not a huge one for toys. We see some discounts, but nothing like we would around the holidays. What I would do here is looking for the things that you think they would like. You can definitely Google image search those now and see if somebody is running a sale on them. But another option is for the products that you think they would like, going ahead and putting those products, and this is a tip for everyone, not just Carrie, putting those products that you think people would like. They're not on sale now. I can't find a deal on them now. Maybe that's the situation that you are, or they're not at the price you want. Put them in your cart. Put them in your cart on Target, put them in your cart on Amazon, maybe even Walmart. If you want to put them in your cart on other stores, you can. For toys, we won't see all of the perks, but for other things, maybe you've got a shirt that you really love, it's on a particular brand site, put it in your cart. Do not check out with it, just put it in your cart. And the reason for that, these brands, they look at cart completion. That's their buzzword here. And they're gonna do anything they can to get you to finish checking out. So once I put something in my cart, I'm gonna start to get notices. Oh, something in your cart has gone lower. Something in your cart is on sale. Or I'm gonna get additional coupons. And this one, Carrie, you won't get on toys so much, but we would if it was clothing, if it was an accessory, if it was something that you've just had your eye on, they're gonna send you here's another 20% off on the item that you want. Maybe I couldn't find a coupon code or any sort of extra discount originally, they are going to send it to you. May take a week or two as they start to run their numbers and they start to look at how many things are sitting in carts. I can almost guarantee you it is going to come. Now, for toys, Carrie, putting it in your cart is at least going to get you that notification of when it goes on sale. So I do recommend putting it in your cart on a few different sites. I also highly recommend telling your husband. We share the same account on all of these sites. So like, hold up, I put that in the cart, but do not check out with it. Like, they can hit the save for later button. And I will show you on the Amazon side with your cart. I don't know that I don't have anything in my cart. I have a lot of things in my save for later, guys. And even up here at the top of my Amazon, it is immediately telling me these things have changed in price. It's telling me a pillow, a set of 2 pillows has gone down $6. Pink Stuff Cleaner has gone down $3. It's also telling me 2 things have gone up in price. But usually you're, obviously more focused on the ones that have gone down. So those are up at the top. It's going to keep alerting you. It will also send you those messages, but this is an easy way for you to spot if something goes on sale. And keep in mind, those particular items, they are not in my cart technically. So right now my Amazon cart is empty. I have 282 items in my save for later. I'm not actually watching that many products, guys. This is really because I'm constantly trying promo codes for you guys. And then things get put in the cart and my husband's like, I have no clue if she wants to buy this or not. So he moves it out of the cart and I just need to come in and clean it up. I promise I'm not watching this many items. But for most normal people who are not testing multitudes of Amazon codes a day, you're gonna have maybe 5 things down here in your save for later, and you're gonna get a good idea of when they are coming on sale. Now, one other thing you can do here is use the camels. That is what I call them. And if you are looking, I'm just gonna randomly, I have no kids that like Minecraft or Roblox. I don't even know that I'm pronouncing that right. That just tells you where I am as a mom of all girls. But I'm gonna take something and let's see. Let's put this Lego Minecraft. We'll pull it up. But the reason I'm pulling this up is that I want to show you another way here. Whatever the product is, come up to the top, grab the URL of that product, and then let's head over to, I call it the camels. It's camelcamel.com or the camels. And when you're on the camels website, you're going to plug in that URL that you just copied from the top of the search bar, top of the page, into the camels. And I'm going to see when has that gone on sale, and when it did, what was its lowest price? Because now I know 2 bits of information here. I know about when to wait for the next sale, but I also know what that sale price is. When do I jump? When is the best price? So I've got a few things. So that particular Lego set that we just searched, obviously it went on sale around Christmas. We have a really big drop there between November and December. I'll zoom in here. Between November and December, but we did see a drop up until May. That was at, and it tells you right at the $30 mark. So last Christmas, it went as low as what looks to be probably like 27 bucks. It's currently 34. But obviously I just picked a random product, but for anything that you're searching, this is still giving you a lot of information. When is its lowest price point? What is that price point that I'm looking for? How often does it hit it? Obviously on this one, the lowest price was Christmas time. I probably would not recommend waiting for that $27 price unless you can wait all the way till Christmas. You get the idea. Now the camels can come in to help you in a different way too. And one that I had pulled up originally, let's go back to the beginning here. But today's deals on Amazon. Amazon loves to tell you that there's a bunch of things on sale right now, and you're stuck wondering, do I need to buy this today? How long is this sale going to last? And that's the point, right? They want you to have that urgency. They want you to feel like you need to buy it right now. But that's not always the case. So if I come in and I see, whoa, this is 45% off right now, this is definitely the time that I need to grab this. Hold up before you jump and plug that URL up here as well into the top of Camel. Once I do, I'm going to get a couple bits of information. The first one is right here, and even they are telling you this is the best price. This is the lowest price that they've seen on that product. But then they're showing you to where it has been in the past. So we see that this ring goes on sale a lot, goes on sale every Black Friday, every Prime Day. It's an Amazon-owned product, so yes, that they put their own products on sale the most. But we start to see one thing in particular, and that is that this truly is the lowest price that this has gone even across last Black Friday. So Amazon's really marking these down. Could be that a new model is coming out, or it could be that they, again, are hoping you're going to buy this before tariffs come in, because this is probably not made in the USA. But you get an idea there as to whether or not that limited time only deal is what they say it is. And in this situation, it is. So use that site. Again, that's camel.com to get an idea. They will give you data on most items back at least a year and a half, if not sometimes up to 2 or 3 years back on that product. So it can be very helpful when you're looking at Amazon price history and knowing whether or not you have an actual deal on Amazon. Okay. Angie says, my guy does not grill, so I'm thinking about getting khaki pants and carpenter work pants for him. But that's a great one too. So if you're looking at clothing deals, we've seen a ton of that as well this weekend. My go-tos, Land's End is running 50% off the entire site. Kohl's is running $10 off any $25 purchase, which is a pretty sweet coupon because you grab a pair of $25 pants and you just saved an easy, what is that, like 30% on that purchase, if not 40%. Doing really bad fast math there. They're also offering $5 in Kohl's cash on any $25 purchase too. So both of those are significantly lower than we normally see for Kohl's. Let's see. We'll see Target run clothing closer to Father's Day. They're running grills right now, but we will see them run 30% off clothing as we get into next week. Just not quite there at this point for clothing deals. There is a lot, though, around the web. Just didn't specifically hunt for khakis, so that's where my brain's drawing a blank. But the Land's End is probably in that realm of where I would go. Other fun things in the Father's Day realm, Columbia, and I do have that link. Columbia is running up to 40% off site-wide on a number of summer items for them. And with Columbia gear, you get free shipping on any order. So I will stick that in the comments. That could also have some fun dad gear there, or mom gear for that matter. But some fun items, again, free shipping on any order with that. Okay. Sorry, back to other comments, trying to catch up. Let's see. American Girl Doll has a sale going on. Thanks, Tim Manlover, letting us know that with some of their Truly Me and Just Like You dolls on sale and a % off your order. So a sale and a coupon. That has definitely been the trend that I've seen this weekend. We've seen a lot of what I would call sale on sale. So extra discounts on top of sale items. Vera Bradley, Crocs, goodness, the list goes on and on, really. I made a whole list so I wouldn't forget it. Carve Designs, that's a new one, but I've fallen in love with so many of the things on their site, running an extra 30% off all their final sale items. They're also sold in REI and some other high-end places. So you're getting some clothing that is just super duper cheap. I have that link, so I'll stick that in here too. What were some others? As I skim the list here, Lulu's is running 40% off on sale. Nordstrom Rack is running an extra 25% off clearance. That one's going to run through tomorrow as well. And one that is today only, might be extended, but I kind of doubt it, is Disney. Disney is currently running their twice upon a year sale. So maybe this is where you go to, Carrie, for a 7-year-old birthday. It could definitely be fun. But the Disney store is running their twice upon a year sale, which is their kind of semi-annual clearance. And then today only they're running an extra 10% off of those sale prices with the code HANKYOU, not thank you. It's missing the T, but HANKYOU altogether gets you another 10% off on any Disney purchase. So that could be fun for some kids. There's a lot of swim and summer included in their sale items too. Okay. And Cheryl, so let's see. You grab the Dentec night brace. I'm having a hard time with those words tonight. Plus the coupon. It was still around 11. I'm glad you still got it with Amazon coupon codes, and that is a good thing to mention. I was telling you earlier, like, I'm constantly testing those promo codes, but frustratingly enough, Amazon prices literally change every minute is what it feels like. The same for Walmart now. Walmart has gone to this dynamic pricing model. And so the more traffic that's coming to pages, then the more that they will charge for those products. And it makes it very hard. So it's one where I just go ahead and get it up and fingers crossed, hope that it will stay somewhere near the price. A lot of times it does stay at a decent price for a long time. The other issue that we run with Amazon is that different accounts will actually get different offers. And so I may tell you there's a $5 off coupon. Some people may log in and actually see a $7 off coupon. Other people will see a lower one. And that's incredibly frustrating too. But I'm glad you still got it, and that is still a really good price on a $25 purchase. Thanks for, at least trusting me on that part. Money saving tips for Great Wolf Lodge. So off topic, but I love it. My biggest one, Carrie, is to bring your own food. We try to eat nothing in Great Wolf Lodge. They are real sticklers on bringing food into the water park, but at the same time, they don't really search your bags. So I've definitely brought in water bottles for every kid, just water. That's what they need in there anyway. And putting some snacks. If you're carrying a diaper bag, that's even easier. But snacks and filling your room with snacks is huge. We are also big on meals that we can make in a hotel room. I think I did a post on this, so I'll have to go digging, but I'll put the link into it after the video. But an easy one for me is I will usually cook up some taco meat before we leave the house, and I will come with everything ready, and we'll do nachos in the room. So I'll already have some tomatoes cut up and some lettuce, bring the cheese, bring the sour cream and the salsa, and have the taco meat. You've got a microwave in your room, in every Great Wolf Lodge room. You're done. Nachos is super easy, and you did not spend basically $15 a person. The other thing for Great Wolf Lodge is that there's actually a lot of food around you that will deliver. So think outside the box. I am all for supporting, local, and in a way, you're kind of doing a better job of that than the prices in Great Wolf Lodge. The other problem is that, in all honesty, the food at Great Wolf really shuts down a little too early. They shut down the food that's in the water park before the water park even closes. You're sitting there like, what if we wanted to eat dinner? You can't. So food is the biggest one. The other thing that they like to do is upcharge you to those fun special passes, and you're feeling like the bad parent for not doing that. I've actually found that if you don't do that beforehand at the one near us, since I know you live near me, they will offer you a better pass when you get there. It's cheaper than the one that is available, or the 3 options that are available online, and it offers more things. So something to consider. This way, if you're like, you know what, we really can't handle it when you book it, then don't do it when you book it, and you can reassess when you get there. If they don't offer you a great deal, then it wasn't meant to be. But all those little additional things, it's not really why you went. You went to play in the water park. So saving your money on some of those add-ons is a great thing to do in general. But if you're going to grab them, definitely consider the pass and what it is that you want to do before you dive into that extra $99 a person to do those passes or whatever it is. I can't even remember what it was that they offered us at the desk, but it was cheaper and had more things in it than the normal Wolf Pass and various other things that they offer on their website. Okay. So to dive back into online deals, Great Wolf Lodge is a fun place, but online deals for other things. Another big tip for me is the goal is to never pay shipping. And some sites that gets a little tricky. Like, for example, I mentioned Disney is running that extra 10% off today. Well, Disney's free shipping it doesn't kick in until an $85 purchase. I don't know that I want to spend $85 at Disney. And so for me, that shipping point is actually where many times I will be like, I didn't actually want to shop this sale. So they lost me on the shipping right then. Or if the shipping is reasonable, it's free shipping on a $30 order, a $35 order, I am definitely one of those people that will add something else to my order just so that I don't pay shipping. But I love a good sale that has free shipping added in, or doing in-store pickup, any way that I possibly can to save on shipping. And I also love the stores that give us an additional discount. So the Children's Place, Carter's, those are the first 2 that come to mind, that if you choose in-store pickup, you actually save more off of your purchase. Kohl's as well. They're the biggest. So a big tip for Kohl's, if you haven't been a regular Kohl's shopper, or for the person who was asking for khaki pants. So always put something in your cart for Kohl's to have it shipped. Always start that way. And then when you go to checkout, Kohl's is going to give you a little pop-up that says, hey, if you choose to pick this up, we will give you an additional $5 in Kohl's cash. Okay, that was actually my plan the whole time, but I'm not going to tell you that. So always stick it in your cart as a shipped order with Kohl's, and then switch to pickup. It's still going to get to you, even if it's shipped to the store and then you pick it up from the store. You're still going to have to wait those 4 or 5 days for those items. That's fine. I'm already going to be near a Kohl's at some point in the next week. I saved on shipping and I got an additional $5 back in Kohl's cash. You bought me. I'm happy. And I won't pay for shipping. So that's a really big one for me. Another big one to look for when you're shopping online is that there are a number of retailers that will let you use multiple coupon codes together. And it's hard to keep a list in your head of what those retailers are. So my number 1 tip is, if you go hunting for a coupon code and you find more than one, keep trying them. Keep adding coupon codes. Worst case, the next one you add is just going to kick out the last one. If that's the case, then take that one back out and add the first one back in, whatever one you want to add in. If you find that it's a 1 coupon code kind of site, now you know, but you at least know versus always wondering, could I have saved a little bit more? Now, a couple sites that do this, Victoria's Secret, Kohl's, Crocs, Disney, as we talk Disney, they will all let you put in multiple coupon codes on the same purchase. Kohl's, for example, does have stacking coupon codes right now through tonight. A Take 10 gets you the 10 off 25, and a Home 15 gets you 15% off of any home and kitchen items. Stacking offers, which is pretty great. And actually, Kohl's also has that text message offer. If you text the code SHOP15 to Kohl's. Let's go back to the 80s here and remember that every number does have a letter associated with it, and I can't remember Kohl's number, but it spells Kohl's. So that's your 5-digit number that you're texting shop 15 to. You may not have even known that. Little inside tip for you. But you'll get a unique code for 15% off as well. Those 3 codes stack together. So 15% off your purchase, 15% off home and kitchen, and 10 off 25. Pretty sweet. So Kohl's does max out at about 3 codes, but many times it's hard to even find 3. So it's a rare day that we have 3 that stack. Let's see. I think that was most of what I had because I already told you to keep things in your cart. So that's a big takeaway for everyone. Keep things in your cart and watch for those prices to drop. Watch for those alerts that are going to come on those price drops. If they're not on sale now, hopefully you're going to know about it when they do come on sale. That's a big one. So to switch over, sorry, Carrie. Carrie's already done those passos on Great Wolf. Well, at least when you get to the desk, you'll see what that offer would have been, or ask if you can switch. Ask if you can upgrade, or how that might work if you switch out to a different pass. Never hurts to ask, right? See what they'll give you. Okay, so I did want to hit a little bit on local sales as well, some of that being the grocery store. So how do I know that when I walk into the grocery store that I actually have a sale? So first off, our goal is to only buy things in the grocery store that are 40% off or more. So this means a chunk of the sales that we see are going to get nixed, guys. And I've tried to teach my girls this at an early age because they will walk stores with me as I take pictures of all the unadvertised deals. It's just faster. And then I come home and type those pictures up. But they'll try to point out the tags. They'll try to be helpful, even when they were really little. Oh, mama, there's one. I'll say, no, that one is a buy one, get one 50% off sale. That is not a buy one, get one sale. And then we talk the math on it. Buy one, get one 50% off is really 25% off of each item. It is not the sale that we're looking for. And so when we see, I can't tell you how many times I see grocery stores email out, we're running BOGO sales this week. And you click through it and it's a whole bunch of buy one, get one 50% off sales. Like, no, you are not running BOGO sales this week. They are not the same thing. We want items that are 40% off or more. That is your magic number. So that buy one, get one 50% off, even that buy two, get one, still not hitting it. Now, there are moments that there are exceptions. You've got a buy two, get one, and you've got a really high value coupon or a great Ibotta offer that can be used multiple times. Perfect. But if I don't have those stacking offers, I don't have a deal. We've not hit that 40% mark that we're waiting for. So that's a big one in the grocery store. And honestly, with the grocery store, guys, I've been doing those Publix and Aldi comparisons, and I get comments. I even get emails. People do not like it when I push their Aldi buttons. I get that Aldi is lower every single day versus Publix's full price. But if our goal is to save money on groceries, we have to follow what is on sale. That's the point. If I'm not following the sale, I'm just paying full price. And you may not feel it, but you are just paying Aldi's full price. So it's no different. We want to follow the sales, and we would do this with everything else that we purchased. So we need to be doing it as well in a grocery store. So looking for that sale, that 40% off mark, those BOGOs have hit it. Definitely in Publix, you've hit it. Most of your Kroger mega events are also hitting it. So definitely if it's a buy this and get $1 off mega event, because many times they put that item on sale and then you're getting an additional $1 off. Those do make for some great deals all over the store. So my Kroger shoppers, I don't want you to feel abandoned. There aren't a lot of BOGOs in Kroger, but if you see one, it's a great time to grab that product too. And when we do see BOGOs in Kroger, just so you're aware, for Kroger shoppers, we usually see it for a few weeks. It's not a 1 week kind of BOGO. It'll be on your vitamins. It'll be on various products around the store, but it'll last for 2 or 3 weeks many times. So the other big thing for grocery sales is knowing where to shop. My kids, even this past week, we walked down an aisle in Publix and they said, oh, this is the CVS aisle at Publix. And it was the personal care aisle. I said, no. We do not buy this aisle at Publix. So we want to buy food in the grocery store. If you can eat it, it comes from a grocery store. If you cannot eat it, it should come from a drugstore. And drugstores may seem crazy overpriced to you, but I urge you to try them out. I just posted a video on TikTok. It's going to go up on Instagram tomorrow, but I grabbed 6 tubes of toothpaste this week at Publix, walked out paying 48 cents for all 6 of them. That's a lot of toothpaste, but there are some great deals in the drugstores. So food in a grocery store, not food in a drugstore. It's another big one. The other thing that's going to help you in a grocery store is learning your store's lingo. And every store is different, but some of them have lingo that is literally telling you it is not on sale. So to pick on Publix here, I'm not always Publix's poster child. Publix, for example, loves to use surprisingly low price. It is not a surprise. It is not on sale. It may be 10 cents off of its normal price. Always pull back that little tag and you will see there is no discount. This is a big one for Target. Target will put up tags all over the store. You pull back the tag. Oh, it's 5 cents off of its normal price. I've even seen Target tags that were worse than they were at regular price. So learning the lingo, learning to look behind that tag is a big one. And for you, even just knowing what a decent price is for the items that you're purchasing. So many of us just go into a grocery store and just buy what we need blind, but you really need to be paying attention to this. I feel like for me, I didn't even realize it, but that this has literally been in my blood my whole life because I have very sweet and vivid memories of spending the day with my grandmother as she drove to 4 different grocery stores because this was where she bought her Coca-Cola and this was where she bought her cheese. And she knew exactly what store had the best price. That's where we need to be. Now, I'm not asking you to go to 4 different stores, but I am asking you to know what is that price that I'm looking at buying and trying to wait until you can hit that price. It's the same thing again that we're trying to do with those online deals. We're trying to do that in the grocery store, setting our price point for it versus whatever price they tell us we have to pay. A piece of that is learning what is a good price and learning how your store maybe tries to hide that in a little bit. So just to warn you across the board. Now, something that can help you learn those prices is using a price list. It's using historical data, which I will show you how you can use on Southern Savers. If you're an Aldi shopper, maybe it's using your Aldi prices, having those in the back of your head. And you're like, oh, well, I know I can get a can of veggies at Aldi for 75 cents a can. Then if I can beat that in Publix, great. But however you put those prices down, it's still going to help you out. So to point you to what I would recommend on the Southern Savers side, this is where we have an item search that is part of the site, and you can actually search historical prices. So this is right here on the right-hand sidebar on the site, and I can search for something that I want, and I can actually put in a date of 6 weeks ago, if that's the case. So maybe I want to go with Chobani coffee creamer. I love Chobani coffee creamer. And if it's horrible for me, don't tell me. I love it. It's actually buy one, get one starting on Wednesday. I already know that. I'm a little excited, but I'm going to just show you historically how I can see that. Now, I have this set, and you can do this too, up here under your profile. If you log in, I have it set to know my stores. So when I search something, it only tells me the stores that I want it to tell me, which is pretty great. And you can do that too. So you can go under your profile at the top and set what stores you regularly shop in. So for me, it's searching across 5 stores that I'm willing to go to for Chobani coffee creamer. You'll see most of the sales that are going to pop up are Publix BOGOs though. But now I have a way, and let me slide this over so I'm not in the way here, and we'll make it as big as I can. I have a way not only to see when was it last on sale, but I also can see what that price point was. Keep in mind, sales in a grocery store run about every 6 weeks. So I now know when the last sale was, and heads up, I know that it's coming on sale on Wednesday, and I have an idea of the best price that I'm gonna get for that item. Notice here, The Kroger price that we just saw in April hit $3.49. We're going to get as low as $3.14 right now at Publix. Fingers crossed that we'll get some coupons to go with that in our Publix digital coupons as well. You never know. Or some Ibotta's. But we do see some regular coupons along with those sales. So use this. You can literally search for anything. I don't even have to be brand specific. So if you don't care, if you just want peanut butter, if you just want detergent, you're going to get a ton of deals. I'll warn you there when you go off of a specific brand. But I will see what are the prices for that item. You can actually put in a date that is up to 6 months back. That's going to be a lot of data. So I would normally stick with maybe the last 2 months, 2.5 months. You can go as far back as 6 though if you'd really like to see it, and you'll get an idea of where the price has been. Does this item even go on sale? If you have this specific brand that you love and it never goes on sale, I'm not gonna be able to help you. If you cannot find it in that item search in the last 6 months, maybe it's time to find another brand. But hopefully that is gonna help a little bit. So lots of things as we compare grocery items and finding those deals too. If you're looking at canned and packaged items in the grocery store and you really did want something and you're never finding a sale for it, Google image search and Amazon app that guy too. So anything canned and packaged, very likely you can buy that online. And I'm not saying that it's going to be a better price online, but you're at least going to know, could I get this cheaper online? Could I find a deal for it? So take a picture of it with your phone, plug that picture in to Google on your phone, do a Google image search, and know where is it sold and what is the price that it's sold at. 9 times out of 10, true canned and packaged grocery items are not cheaper online. But if they are sold on Amazon, there's a chance that you're going to have some subscribe and save or some coupon offers on them. Keep in mind, if it is true canned items, they're getting heavy. And the ship price on that is going to add to the cost of the item. So many times when we're looking at soups or like canned pineapples, pineapple juice. I actually had a subscribe and save order for some pineapple juice that just got canceled because Amazon couldn't give it to me at the price that they told me they could give it to me at. That's fine. I'd rather you cancel than overcharge me. But many times those products are hard for them in the end to beat that local price because of the weight to ship it. So hopefully that's going to help a little bit. Let's see. Oh, and I'm so glad, Wendy. I at least know that there are some folks that I have changed the way that we look at the grocery store. Wendy says, before I started following you, I just walked into the store and bought it. But I'm delighted that I found your site. That's very sweet. So I'm glad that we're all turning over better leaves at the grocery store. So some things to avoid in the grocery store as I work through my long list here. Anything that is prepared or prepackaged, those are never going to be a great price. So we're talking like your chopped veggies, your bakery items. There are some bakery BOGOs, but it's usually just on muffins and cookies. The reason for those, they are not actually baked in your Publix. Some are, but most are not. So they're done in a much bigger bulk setting, but the local baked items like that fresh bread, those cakes, you are not going to walk in and find that on BOGO. There may be some discounts, but probably not that much. Now, I will say there is one cake that Publix makes that it is just cheaper to buy. And I decided that this month. My 10-year-old really wanted a chantilly cake for her birthday, and she wanted to make it ourselves. I can't say herself because she's 10. So she and I made it. It was its own present, basically. But once we started buying the ingredients for that, it took me maybe 5 minutes in the store before I was like, we should just buy the $22 bakery cake, the $7 mascarpone cheese, all the berries that go in it. The cake costs a fortune to bake yourself. Every other thing in the bakery, though, I can guarantee you can make yourself cheaper. So not a chantilly cake, but you're good. And you can make everything else cheaper. Once we get into those prepared packaged items, we do not necessarily have a deal. The other thing to look or to avoid are spice blends. Now we do see some of these BOGO and on sale, like those Weber grilling seasons that have been buy one, get one here lately. but typically spice blends are way more expensive than individual spices. So just one thing to tuck away. I actually Googled a recipe and made it tonight for just a way to season burgers. It was delicious, using like key spices that we had in our spice cabinet. So making your own blend, but as long as you keep your spice cabinet pretty stocked on the key basic items, you're set to do that. And it is way cheaper than most blends that you're going to find in the store. Other things are to avoid. A lot of our grocery stores will sell meat that is not priced by the pound. It is priced by the each. Publix is actually notorious for this. Kroger does it as well in their fish. So I'm not going in and grabbing salmon by the pound. I'm grabbing bourbon glazed salmon by the piece. And once you do that and you do the math, you'll realize that you're paying, even on sale, upwards of $20 to $22 a pound for that salmon. Go home and put your own marinade on salmon. Even at full price, salmon is never $20 to $22 a pound. So stay away from that. You only want to buy meat by the pound, never by the piece. And you, even at full price, you will have a deal there. We do want to stick with the pound, and typically for meat products, we're not really looking at the grocery store as the best price. We really want to look for bulk if we can. Local butchers, the Chef Supply Store, even Sam's allows you, and Costco allows you to buy those larger size packages that are cheaper by the pound than we would get on the sale prices. One other thing to look for on meat is those clearance and those markdown prices, but do pay attention even on your clearance prices that it is a discount off of the current sale price. So this is a big one. I go to a Lowe's Foods nearby. I love my Lowe's Foods clearance, but if the meat prices are based on last week's full price and not the fact that right now it's on sale, I really don't have that much of a deal. I'm buying clearanced older meat that needs to be dealt with today when I get home, put in the freezer or cooked, and you've only marked it down basically $1 off of today's sale price. So if that's the case, take it to the butcher's window and say, hey, these are on sale now, and this clearance price isn't really a deal. Can you mark it down more? It never hurts to ask and see what they say. But make sure that based on the current price for the item, you are actually getting a deal on those clearance items. Keep in mind for my Publix folks, Publix does not clearance anything in the store that is fresh. So you will not find clearance bakery, veggies, or meat. You will find clearance groceries in the canned and packaged, but nothing in the fresh. So we're gonna really head to other stores to stock up on clearance items. But no matter where you are, you still need to know that your clearance price is a deal, or you're just grabbing something that they would love for you to grab, but you're not really getting that much of a discount. So definitely want to know what that regular price or where that current price is if it's on sale before you check out. And the last big thing that I would tell you to avoid in the grocery store is really all the stuff that they put right by the register. But the worst one in the store are those cold soft drinks. So you are walking past that little refrigerator right at the register. They're selling that soda for $2.50 a piece. Even full price, you could grab 6 of that same bottle of soda for $7. Now on sale, you can get it way lower than $7, but that is still not $2.50 a piece. $2.50 a piece, if you were to buy 6 of those, guys, that's like $15 for a 6-pack. So do not do that. That's not where we want to be. Buy the whole 6-pack if you're that thirsty, and at least you've got some for the next time, but try to avoid it just as a whole if you can. It's a huge one for sure. Oh, and Dee Dee, I see spices and Himalayan salt at the Dollar Tree, always unsure about buying them there. What do I think? So I'm not opposed. It's really looking at the brands, and I would recommend really even looking at the brands and doing a quick Google review. With the spices, or really with any grocery, or not grocery now that I think about it, at the Dollar Tree, I would actually do a Google image search on a lot of these and pull them up. You'll notice that a lot of the products are sold in package sizes that are literally not sold anywhere else. They are made in that size product specifically for Dollar Tree. So an example here is hefty slider storage bags and sandwich bags. In our Dollar Tree, they're sold in an 8-count box. No one sells an 8-count box. The smallest box that I can get in Publix for quart size hefty slider bags is like 24 count, which is 3 times the size of the Dollar Tree box. Well, at that point, if I can get that box on sale at Publix for $3, I've really beat the new Dollar Tree $1.25 price for sure. So that's the biggest part. So do a Google image search, find out before you start buying a lot of things at Dollar Tree, what is the normal size package for this item? And then I can start to really compare apples to apples. And that would be my concern on the spices too, that you're really looking at a much smaller bottle, possibly a much different quality as well. I know there's a lot of people that are spice snobs and would be very quick to tell you quality, age, all of those things. I am not necessarily that person. I probably wouldn't know the difference between a spice that had been in my cabinet for 5 years and one that I bought yesterday. But I do know people have a palate that can tell the difference, and there probably is a difference there on those Dollar Tree spices. But some just quick Google reviews of Dollar Tree spices is going to tell you a lot from what other people's opinions of their quality is. The biggest thing I would recommend is making sure you're comparing size to size. We do see spices go on sale in the grocery store. Publix will run BOGO sales on them. Kroger will run buy two, get ones, even on their house brands, which makes for a really great price on their house brands. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it because we do see some discounts other places. Another thing to consider if you use a lot of a spice is actually looking at the warehouse clubs or a chef's store if you have one nearby. So they sell spices in bulk. They're in the taller, kind of they slide in type containers. It's going to last you a long time if you don't regularly use that spice, but some of them are $5 and $6 for these really big 22, 30 ounce type containers. There's one in particular that I call my home, like this is the house seasoning basically, but it is the chef store's home fry seasoning. It is, I'm trying to think of what else in it, but minced onion, minced garlic, parsley. There's a few other things in there. I put that on everything, whatever veggie I'm cooking, it gets some house seasoning. So I can go through one of those containers, and at $6, the price in the chef store is a crazy good price versus putting those items together in a container that is that big. I couldn't do that in the grocery store. So I would encourage you to look at those places, maybe in that larger size. And Carrie, yes, Walgreens does have us a little spoiled on the storage bags. They're on sale this week as well. So buy two, get one free. Or no, I'm saying it backwards. Buy one, get two free on the Walgreens storage bags at $2.79. Makes them 93 cents a box, and they're full-size boxes. They're 30. The sandwich bags are, 50 count? So great prices that the Dollar Tree cannot touch on those storage bags. So thank you, Walgreens, for being everyone's go-to on the plastic bags. Sorry, I missed something here. You went to the movies today, and my adult daughter wanted a soda. $7.85 for a soda. That is a little on the insane side for sure. I know I just wrote a big post that went up on Sunday of all the summer movies. So anyone that has kids, you can go back and find that on it's maybe a page back on the homepage. But the summer movie schedule is out. Regal Cinemas in particular will have $1 movies. But even if you do that with your kids, you still need to go in with a plan on those snacks because they will run deals on the snacks, but it's still $5 for like a popcorn or a small drink. So many times for us, it's we're going to go to the movies, but we're not taking snacks. So make sure the kids are all on the same plan. Or that they've saved up their money if they really want those snacks, because that is where the movies are making a killing, is on the sodas and the popcorn for sure. But Carrie's tip is only go on Tuesdays if you can. Tickets are $6 and their concessions are half off. So Carrie, with that one, what movie theater is that? Just so everyone knows too, because every movie theater has different policies and different things they're doing. And I know a lot of them are running some deals, but let us know what theater you're in on Tuesdays that are half price and for snacks and $6 tickets. Okay. We've hit a lot of things. I know I started in online world and I ended in groceries, but I wanted you to have that clear picture. Oh, and Carrie's saying that's Regal and AMC both, which is pretty sweet. Thanks, Carrie. So I've given you hopefully a big picture of how to find a deal, how to know whether or not what you're grabbing is a good price, whether it's online, whether it's the grocery items that you need. We covered a lot today. So I will be back on tomorrow with all the drugstore deals at a different time. I'm going to pop on bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to cover the drugstore deals. I'm taking a kid on a college tour tomorrow afternoon, so it's like, how do I work this in? So if you can't watch me live, because I know it's not our normal time, it will be there, it will be saved, and you can pop back on and watch it. There are some crazy good deals in CVS this week, and Walgreens is giving us some too, so it's a good finish out the month at Walgreens. We'll have a new list of Walgreens deals next week as well, but brand new ad at CVS with some pretty sweet deals. So join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. if you can, live, or watch it after the fact for drugstore deals. Next week, I am not going to be able to go live. I actually don't think for either of them. I take my kids to a working horse camp every year, and I work as the camp nurse. So this is a fun way to make camp affordable, but they do not have good internet. So I don't think that it would even attempt to stream if I tried. So I will not be able to do a Q&A next Monday night. But we'll be right back after horse camp is over the next week. And in terms of that, I had already pondered what we would cover. So I think we are going to talk ways to kick up your savings. We're going to talk retirement. We just talked college savings and getting ready for all of those things last week, but stepping up our emergency funds, our retirement, finding some of the best interest rates we can. That's really what I want to talk about, just financial savviness as to where we're tucking our money next time. So 2 weeks from now on our Q&A. So hopefully you can join me there and you can definitely pop on and get those drugstore deals tomorrow. And yes, summers are crazy. So I only have a couple weeks that I won't be able to make it, but next week's our first trip. So we're excited about it though. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me.